Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for this edition of YBMcast, powered by Game 7 Baseball. Game7Baseball.com. And it is fantastic. Woo! There it is. Pew pew. We got it in.
I thought that would have been the perfect moment to hit that in there, like a silent little subliminal. Woo-hoo. These guys have no idea. We've been talking for 30 minutes before the show.
Yeah, Lauren's been over there. Would you just get on with it?
I should have let it roll.
Oh, man. Yeah, you should have. Anywho.
Game7Baseball.com.
Fall ball around the corner. Labor Day coming up 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And it'll be the first weekend after Labor Day with Game 7 Baseball. But first, on Youth Baseball Talk, we're going to do this because Game 7 Baseball is in this with us. Prime Sports Midwest. If you're looking for some good stuff there, Rick Benz. This is what's cool. They just did a big bat demo over at Vianney. I thought was really cool. That went off well. They got some stuff coming up. We're going to try and work out. They got in October a live deal. They've got a big shindig coming up over there.
That's the 14th.
Yeah.
October 14th.
Yeah, so I'm talking to Rick about doing some live stuff over there. It'd be fun. So, hey,
Swing it.
Yep.
So we opened up in 2019, and basically there was a void in the area. I mean, we saw that there was an opportunity to have a retail store where people could come in and actually touch and feel the tangible object that they're buying.
And then also this weekend, what we're going to be talking a little bit about today, I love the community stuff. This is always a fun one. This is our third one. We're getting more involved. We're having some fun. We just did some big video and photo shoots. We're going to push some stuff out. I gave the graphics to the parents. Memento stuff. I think it was really cool what we were able to do. But for the St. Louis Youth Sports Outreach, third annual Cops versus Kids Home Run Derby. And 642 home runs last year. We'll see if we can be better than that this year.
You got some kids and you got some size coming.
Yes.
I know that a few years ago when the first one happened and you had Austin in that group, I thought he was just going to hit 600 himself. He might have put a couple over the big boy fence. And I'm gonna see a couple of those happen too. But I'm excited. It's a nice little roster of cops and kids.
Yes, and we got the cops on the cop side. We have the returning champ Sam Riley. He played at Culver Stockton, and he can swing it. He brought in. We got a picture up there. Did you have the graphic up yet, Lauren? Just she'll get it up there. But he brought in for the shoot a wood bat. And Sergeant Catherine Weiss was here. They're both from St. Anne. And she says, "You going to swing the wood bat?" He goes, "I'm thinking about it." I was like, oh, man.
Oh, he needs to. Kyle Drone, where you at? Put a dinger in his hand. Oh, man. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's won it twice. Has he won it twice, or he did not win the first year?
No, it was Kerrigan.
Okay.
I'm thinking Ryan. I can't remember his first name.
Ryan Kerrigan's a football player, wasn't he?
No, but his last name's Kerrigan. He's also from St. Anne. He hit some bombs. I think And he came back to defend his title last year, and Riley
Oh,
beat him.
gotcha. That's what it
So,
was. Okay.
Yeah, and Dylan Iverson is a kid. They have some friendly banter, I heard. Another St. Anne guy. Went to Iowa Western, played ball. So, it's a little friendly competition going on.
Here we go. They're already friendly amongst each other inside the
Yeah.
precinct, but
Yeah.
that's nice to have St. Anne represent, especially with ABC in the backyard. St. Anne patrols that space over there. So
Absolutely.
That's pretty
And
cool.
We got Overland, Breckenridge Hills, St. Louis County Corrections, Captain Josh McGrody from over there. We've got some great folks. Brendan Corbett, Tim Hyman, John Patrico, Kyle Gregg, and Sergeant Reed Trenhale, and I think he was there last year from the U.S. Marines.
Oh, let's go.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool, isn't it?
We going to have crayons for him?
Have what?
Nothing. Any Marine that is watching this show will understand, and I'm sure all the Army guys are laughing. There's
I missed
something
it.
about crayons and Marines that they eat them, and the beef between, well, not beef, but the banter between Army and
Gotcha.
Marines.
Oh, it's there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
If you hang around Legion guys very long, you know.
We did a lot of that for the 4 years I played at 338. So it was a lot of fun that happened up there when them guys would sit in the Legion Hall and.
Mitch, you got to
enjoy
get over
Friday,
with
Saturdays.
that. Get that Legion program back up over at Thoman Booth, man. Come on, help us out.
No, sir.
I'm not saying you have to coach it. I'm just saying, it's where you were. Folks over there, they need some help.
It's you have to have a ton of patience, and I don't always have the right amount of patience. I would like to think that I would do a good job to be able to bring that back, because I know that there's players in that area. I just don't think that there's and maybe it has to start with somebody doing it to bring back the desire to bring back Legion, because we know that this sport's expensive. And I think it's a great outlet for high school, since a lot of leagues don't have, like Chesterfield and OCAC don't really have high school leagues. We don't want to cut it short. And it seems like Slava is using select teams or travel ball teams, clubs, to use their names in the Slava leagues. Like, you don't have American National necessarily anymore, or drawing from school. So I could see it being a thing. I just think where I'm at with the hitting zone and stuff like that, I don't want to wear another hat.
I understand. I get it. I get that.
There's been some guys, though, that I played with that have tried to revive it. It hasn't worked. I just don't know if the demographics of the town meet the desire to play baseball.
Well, and two, I think there's been some, because I saw a lot of kids from different areas, going over play, because they have to. They're awarding exemptions because of the nature of those things, which I think is good. But after this year, we were in it, and I'm hoping that it comes back a little bit more, And again, people say, Brian, why are you talking clubs? No, clubs are great. Clubs are fine. I think it's just creating more opportunities and avenues for kids to have success, to go and succeed in an environment that works for them.
Club ball is not going anywhere
No.
anytime remotely soon. So if those people, that because of the money that it could be made in this sport, but Legion ball, it's 25 games, practice a couple days a week, play a couple times a week. You wonder why high school kids are getting better during their high school season. It's 5-6 days a week, whether they're playing or practicing. There's a dedicated time frame. Club ball, you get 1 day of practice if you're lucky, and then you're playing, especially the high school level, you're playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. And I always think that at the high school level, we should spend more time practicing now, and then flipping the role from when we're youths to practice more and play less, to advance the skill in the game. Because I think at some point, as you're a 10-year-old, the game is still pretty much the same except for distances.
Right, right.
60, 90s.
Sure.
It's still the same game,
Absolutely.
And so how do you get better at the skill set? You can't get that with one rep a game in the outfield.
No,
You know, so practice matters, I think, more in some of the communication things that you get the chance to do, because you can practice that. You cannot always recreate the games. What I love the games for at the high school level is the energy.
What I would like to see in summer ball is this, and I know there is that point of just showcasing for colleges. I get it, and I think those should be. But I think this is always what Legion was interested, and I think still could be, and I think is different than club ball, because you'll go, Monday through Thursday and not play. You might have, like you said, a practice, but they're resting arms, right? Because then you head out, you might play a Thursday night. We're talking high school tournaments, a Thursday night, a Friday, a Saturday, Sunday, and you got that through there. But to me, I think the grind of baseball has been pushed aside in certain respects, where you play on a Tuesday, a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, and you're finding that. And we're not, and in high school especially, when you get to 16, 17, 18, I think it needs to mimic the high school and collegiate and professional level. I think identifying a PO, if you're still trying to play both sides of it, we'll get reps. But do you have a 10-man pitching staff and a 12-man players?
I get positions.
Position. There you go. Thank you.
I love what you're saying in theory, of what is the expectation. I have now had the opportunity to coach at high school for a few years. I've been a recruiter, and I've noticed that what happens when you go from a high school summer season, right? Not high school baseball, but high school summer season, then you walk into college.
Yeah.
So many kids get burnt out because of the 6 days a week, the 6 a.m. lifts, the school all day, the 3 p.m. practice, and then you have that for 4 or 5 days, and then you have a couple games on the weekend, depending on if you're D1, D2, D3, or junior college, NAIA. All of these levels can do things that are very different. And so if you go from practicing, or maybe some of these teams only have a lesson, you might only have a lesson during the week, and then you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday through Wednesday, you do nothing. Monday's typically everybody's recovery day from the weekend.
Sure.
So what do you do on Tuesday? Pitchers don't get up and throw anymore because you just threw 100 pitches on a Saturday or Sunday. So they're not throwing on Tuesdays yet.
It probably depends on the program you're in.
Maybe. But then Wednesday you're getting a light pin in so that you're ready for Friday or whatever the case may be, or you have 2 days of, something. But in college, you're expected right off the bat to come in and grind right away. You have to grind for your position. You have to grind through the fall season. That's when the coaches are pushing you to either push you out the door so you can cut yourself, right? Or, what kind of demeanor desires do you have? I've watched it too many times. Kids walk into fall campus or fall baseball and they're done. And these are guys that spent buku dollars traveling the world, to play United States, to play baseball. They walk in and go, it's too much of a job.
Mm-hmm. Right. And when we talk about, we've got, and I want to go to this because we've got quite a lineup here. And I'm not, these kids.
These are kids we're going to be watching soon.
Kevin Morgan, Naeem Jones, Will Brown, Michael Wolf. Michael Wolf was just on the Junior Future Games team down in Atlanta. This kid can swing the bat, he can play. Drew Haley, Blake Lansbaum. Will Brown and Blake Lansbaum were both top award winners in Game 7 tournaments. Both these kids played AAA baseball and were high-level players. I understand. It's always interesting to me because we think, well, you just played Game 7 baseball. Okay. Yeah. Hang on, dude. There were some good teams in these tournaments playing high-level, good, solid baseball. We had some really good games. I understand there's levels and places, and you go nationally and whatnot, but regionally, both those kids are really good. And you're going to see Will Brown at a Francis Howell Central, playing for Coach Beckman. You're going to have to play well to play on that team. Beckman has a very, I think he has a high expectation for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Coaching against him for the last couple of years and then knowing him just in the community because he's been an instructor in the community for a while. He has high demands. And one of the biggest things I always have thought about was him and how he handled Friends South Central when he first took over that job. I said, man, this is a team I can remember playing a few years ago that they just drove me bonkers with the things they did in the dugout. He didn't allow that stuff. And he demands the way you present yourself on and off the field. And I first of all, I appreciate that a ton.
Right. You should. And I think this is where the expectation, you got Blake Lansbaum. He's going to Lafayette. And Lafayette, it's an up-and-coming program. They had a good run last year. They've got plenty of talent. So you're going to have to, and plus, you're talking about 60 dudes coming out for varsity baseball.
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, this is at the 14-year-old level. They're dudes, and all of a sudden the high schools they're going to go to, they no longer will be dudes. They'll be freshmen playing freshman ball or JV. If they get lucky, they'll play JV. You have to be a Titus Sissel specimen type kid to be able to play varsity baseball in the GACs or even at Lafayette. The conference that they play in is still pretty competitive, and so it's very rare that you get in these big schools freshmen making varsity rosters. And so these kids who we all say, man, this is a guy at this age group. Well, when he gets to high school, he's just another kid.
Yep.
In respects. Like he's still obviously going to be a dude at the freshman level or JV, whatever he might make. Man, if he makes varsity, then he's a real deal.
And Michael Wolf, kid's going to Zumwalt West.
He's going to have to wait his turn.
And
he's going to have to wait his turn.
They've got, so these, as you said, we're going to get to see these kids over the next 4 years competing. And are you going to get into that grind? What is that? We've talked about these things for so long, but I'm going to leave that alone for right now, and we're going to come back to the community.
Yeah.
We went there. It's okay. I love it because I opened the question with Logan Booth.
I did, but I don't want people to sleep on Game 7. When I first started coaching back in baseball, it was a 14U team, and all of those 14U kids that we played against that were AA and or whatever you want to call us, all them kids are doing really well for themselves right now.
Yep.
And they were AA, and Game 7 happened to put on some really good tournaments where we all wanted to chase each other and try to beat each other.
Yep.
So it's not just the name of the sanction you're going to play for. It is who's in there.
That's right.
And that's who we're competing against week in and week out. So when Basta's team beat us 22-0, I wanted to find out every tournament he was in.
Yeah.
To go out and try to redeem myself.
I can't let that happen.
No, it's it. Well, and we're part of that organization now, so I get to train that group, and I love that group, and that group is super talented, and they're going to be a top 16U team in the area. But again, they played a lot of Game 7 baseball.
I want to see, and I think he was going to Jackson. I want to see. A couple of years ago, we saw a SEMO. It was a SEMO Cardinals team.
Shipman? Oh, yeah. I haven't forgotten about that.
I know. And I got to look at that.
There's certain kids that you just come across. It's like you have to follow this young man because that SEMO team they don't have a high school group. So they turn that over to either Legion or something else, or they go to St. Louis or somewhere
around
else.
that area. I think you got the Missouri Bulls down in Gerardo. Mm-hmm. But they're, again, like you said, you're playing Legion. You might have to drive up to South County into a recruits program, maybe a naturals, depending. Mm-hmm. It just depends on what you want, what you can afford to do too. I think parents, we forget that, and that's a big part of this because, there is expense to things, traveling and whatnot. Where do you want to go to school? I think these decisions are being made, and we're gonna reset. I'm kind of flowing through a lot of these things as we get through the end of the season, honestly.
Yeah.
And
their experiences, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just what we've seen throughout the season.
And after
always new.
After we get through Labor Day, we're gonna hunker down.
Oh, we'll have structure then.
And we're gonna come back with some really, I just think, some topics from the season, what we have, what we discuss, because you got Legion ball coming back, you've got the youth age, where it's at, high school baseball, and we're gonna tackle all these things and bring some of this to bear. I'm ready for vacation, actually, and I'm going in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, man, lucky you. I don't know. I haven't been on a vacation in 2.5 years.
Honestly, I haven't either. I mean, we usually take a break around Thanksgiving, but my wife and I told my wife, I said, I'm spent. Done.
Vacation sometimes is a job, especially if you go to like the beach or something, and you're like trying to prep your day.
You need a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah, like the people who go to Disney World for a week, like hats off to you guys, man. I am wanting to go sit in the beach with a giant umbrella. I can't have a tiny umbrella because I'm a little large feller, but I want one that casts a big shadow.
Yeah.
And I don't want to move.
I'm with you.
And
I am going to play some golf, though.
See, I don't golf, but I'd like to ride some dune buggies or
Oh yeah, that's fun.
4-wheelers through some
That's
spaces.
work too. When is vacation just vacation where you're just like?
Yeah, that's when I stay at home and sit on my couch and fall asleep in my lounge chair with my CPAP machine on in the middle of the day. Because I can't lay flat. I'll choke on my spit or something.
Oh, mercy. But community, folks, Friday. Check this out. Woohoo. Friday, we're going to be out at the ballpark. Friday morning, Fox 2 News going to come out. Tim Ezel.
Yeah. Hopefully he's doing well.
I know. He just come out, has Parkinson's.
Yep.
We're praying for you, Tim. Lord heal you and bless you. Man, it's tough. So we're with you. And so he's going to be out there. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have the officers there, the kids there, probably swinging the bat, doing some fun stuff out at ABC Ballpark. So check that out on Fox News starting at 6:15 Friday morning. We're going to be out there having some fun with that. The parade is at 2:30. So if you're...
Did I have this incorrect? I thought this was on Saturday.
It is on Saturday.
Oh, what are you doing on Friday?
Fox 2 News in the morning, 6:15 in the morning.
Oh, man, I'm way off on my thought process on what was going on.
Yeah, no, that's Friday morning.
Sorry, my bad. You said
Friday
it. I
morning.
wanted to make sure I was on the same page still.
Right.
My bad.
Tim Ezel, so we'll be out there with that. Then Saturday afternoon, 2:30, the parade to the ballpark. Then the festivities, the Derby will start at 5:30. We'll have the opening ceremonies. And I got Carly Payne. This is, they're going to recognize Carly and her family. I did not know this. But I learned this from the young lady that is participating, one of the young ladies that's participating in the Derby. She's with the Sluggers, Carly McCreary. Pleasant young lady. I'm looking forward to seeing her out there swinging it. She looks like she swings the bat pretty well. Man, these girls, I mean, I tried to get her just to swing easy and whatnot. Man, she's hitting her back. Wow. And I'm like, oh, gosh, that's got to hurt. These girls, man, they're tough.
I don't know where this comes from, but the years that I've been coaching softball and the way that they finish the swings and you hear the thud of the back.
Yes.
And I can remember a young lady when I was at WashU, coaching at WashU, she would swing like that. And she would have to ice because after, when you play 50 games in a year, you have 150 swings.
Oh, man.
And almost every swing she took hit her in the back, and then every dry swing, and then every swing in a practice, and so she would have these welts. And our trainer would say that they would have to ice and do like TENS unit around her to get blood flow going because she would swing that violent and leave a bat mark on her back. She was a right-handed hitter, would just finish and whack in the base.
Oh, my. I heard it. I was like, first time I was like, oh, my gosh. And her mom's over there. She goes, they all do it.
Well, there's only so much that you can do before, you
Oh,
think it would blister or
goodness.
something, but no, it becomes a problem after a while.
But I was talking with Carly and her mom, and they were explaining because that was one of her best friends. She was killed a little while back. She was hit by a car. They were at a fireworks show. They were crossing the street one night, and somebody hit her with a car. And it took her life. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was Carly and Carly. She was a pitcher, and Carly McCreary is a catcher, and they were, it was the Carlys. And you hear those kind of things, and this young lady, and she's gone.
Snap of a finger.
13,
Yep.
14 years old, man. And so I love that Billy does this. We're going to have the opening ceremony. He's going to recognize family and give a salute to this year's Derby. Again, it's about community, is in honor of Carly Payne and her family. So I think that's great, and I really do appreciate what Billy does that way. I really do. I think it's great to recognize that. It brings the community into that perspective.
Yeah, that's what we rally around as our youth. I mean, that's what everything that we do this for. This is why you do your shows. This is why I coach, is to have impact. And life is short, and I feel like we're only on this earth for a short time. Hopefully, some live longer than others, or we all do. But
Right.
that is things that we go through, and memories that we play for. And I just love to. I guess being in a sad state, because of what happened to her, but this is what her friends are doing to remember her. And I think it's just a cool thing that we're not forgetting about these young people that had impact on maybe even adults. Because I don't think anybody knew who this young lady was except for when we all saw the experience on the internet, social media. Right. And then all of a sudden we see this, and you wake up and you're like, wow, we're always griping about the car rides home, and then all of a sudden it's taken away from you. And so reflection, unfortunately, in the harshest ways, it's short.
Yeah.
It's
sad, man.
There's things that it's just, if you go back to thinking about the conversations we had prior to the show starting, that's just, this is something way more important than yelling at them about an 0 for 2.
We'll see also Kelsey Coons is the other young lady, softball players that will be out there. C.J. Thomas, Naeem Jones, Kevin Morgan, our buddy Mike Morgan. Kevin, the kid's a ball player, man.
Yeah, I picked.
I think he's going to get some swings in.
I picked Lansbaum because it's in the name.
Bomb.
Yeah, and you said his name like second, and then you went to Morgan's, and I was like, man, I probably want to pump the brakes a little bit. No disrespect, Lansbaum, but Mr. Morgan in there can swing it.
I'm looking forward to this one. We got some.
And if
kids.
he picks up a -5,
right? I would. I'd swing a -5. I don't care, man. I'm hitting bombs.
They're not gonna know. I got racket balls up in here, taking the cap off. I'm hitting it over Geraldine or Livingston, whatever.
I want to get me an old. I'm going to find me an old -5 Prodigy. I'll be hitting the houses.
You bring back that old Besser bat, the BESR, that blue and orange Easton Stealth. That it was a trampoline. It's still to this day that if you play in the Fountain of Youth, this is for adult baseball, over on the Illinois side.
Yeah.
The Fountain of Youth League still allows that bat, and people still use it. And there's guys that are 45, 50 playing in this league that have some professional baseball experience swinging this bat, and it's like every team has one bat, and you should still find them new, but they're like $700.
Ooh, ouch, kabibble.
And they pay for them because you can hit it 700 miles.
There are some of those bats that just, man. I remember that old Prodigy, just ping, and just jump off the bat. I'm like, goodness mercy. Dangerous.
dangerous. Make sure the guy throwing BP has a net.
It's bad enough. You know, it's dangerous anyway, but that's even worse, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, there is an L screen in front of the pitcher, ain't there?
Oh, for the home run derby, yeah.
Okay, I'm
talking
man.
just in general with baseball. Ball coming off there at 110 miles an hour off a wood bat.
This is so random. The Oakland A's obviously playing the Cardinals, so you see Oakland in town. Did you see the pitcher that had the comebacker hit to him the other day?
Yes.
And didn't record the out? It was hit right at him. First baseman goes over, Langliers or whatever his name is, goes to step on the bag or get the feed. He doesn't throw it, and it just stops. And I'm like, and you think the Cardinals are bad.
All right.
That's bad baseball. Anyways,
well,
that was random.
Only
Sorry.
Team with the worse record in the MLB than the Cardinals.
I thought the Nationals were worse. And Kansas City.
I just looked yesterday.
Oh man.
Is the Oakland Athletics.
Second pick. Here we go. All I want them to do is pick that Caglione, whatever his name is, from Florida.
How many more rebuilds are we going to do?
This is a retool, not a rebuild. My goal, if I'm the GM, is to sign Aaron Nola.
I still think
the Japanese
whole
arm
issue is from the top down.
And Hader. Oh, that might be the truth. But I mean, you're only as good as your coaching staff, right? That's what my dad always told me. We always lost. I was like, Dad, that ain't the truth. I can't help the talent that I have on the team.
Come out and see us. ABC Ballpark. If you can make it out to the ballpark, please do. We're going to have a lot of stuff. There's raffles going on. This is not a fundraiser of any kind. It's just about the community. They're going to be doing 50-50 raffles. They're going to be doing some giveaways. We'll have some T-shirts for sale out there. It's about the community. It's about everybody coming together. It's, ABC Ballpark. It helps, all the concession money goes there. It helps them stay there and keep doing youth sports in that area. It's a fantastic opportunity just to come around and have some fun, enjoy. We're going to be doing some Cardinal trivia with the kids.
I saw that.
Absolutely, some Cardinal trivia with the kids. Are they
going to be like tough ones? Are you going to do like easy, like current day?
We're gonna try and keep it, in the moment.
So is this all geared towards kids? You're going to ask some of the adults.
I don't know yet. You know me. I always like to just do that with the kids. And what the way I'm thinking about doing that's it's a good question because I thought about this is getting the kids over. But then if the kid goes like, give the lifeline to the crowd, right?
Or the officers. They're competing against them. Go with the officers.
Well, it won't be the kids. I'm talking about little guys.
Like
the
8, 9
guys out shagging the balls.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you're going to go out there and, small people.
Yeah.
Can we say that? Is that PC? The shorties.
Short people.
Shorties. Mm-hmm. The guys in the youth small type people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's gonna be fantastic. So you need to ask questions like Fredbird questions.
That'd be cool.
Mascot questions because nobody. Yeah. I mean,
what is the name of the Cardinal mascot?
Keep it there.
Right.
How long has the mascot been around?
Oh, I have no clue.
Yeah, that's a good one that you need to look up.
That I don't know.
He's got a hat out there, by the way. New Era has a hat, 5950, flat bill. I have a mascot hat, a Fredbird.
I knew you would. You got to bring that in. I want to see that.
You know how I love hats.
I know you do. I do too.
And I could sell that hat for about $150.
You don't want to do that yet.
Oh yeah, I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, because it's everything's high right now. So I got another hat that I want to sell too.
Strike while the iron's fire.
I could make 300% on my investment.
Something like that, right?
I don't know. The only thing I know is iron sharpens iron.
There you go.
And I've tried to sharpen.
So you sharpen the iron when you sell the hat.
Yeah, but it takes forever.
We don't know what we're talking about anymore. We're going to do Cardinal trivia, though. And we're going to give away some stuff out there. It'll be a lot of fun. Just come on out. And if you can't get out, please watch on Youth Baseball Midwest. We're going to be streaming live. We'll have some fun stuff out there. So appreciate everybody. Mitch, as always. Mitch is the kid with me.
Yeah. Can you pew pews?
Do it.
Oh, pew pew woohoo. Pew pew woo-wee. Ha ha woo.
Oh, mercy. We do. We need some sound effects. I need a button. Pew, pew.
You got little guns.
I'm going to
up there.
record them, you know, and
Little guns, like
I
little.
need my button deal.
You know, like the gun from Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear's
yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Pew pew. That would be perfect. Like shooting lasers across. That's what's going to happen this weekend. Lasers, so you can have lasers going out.
That's killer. We're going to have to,
See,
we're gonna have to
if
take
I
it up
was,
a notch, aren't we?
Yeah, if I was educated and smart enough, I could help Lauren produce and edit and stuff like that. But I don't know how to do any of that. I didn't even learn to control Alt or what is it, Alt Tab or something, switch of screens on your computer.
Very good.
Until about 3 years ago. I'm 43 years old. I
Hey,
think
you
that's
know
always
what?
been a feature.
As long as you're working at it.
Well, I'm learning. I learn every day,
That's
right?
right. That's
never,
right.
never. There's no such thing as failure, even though it took me 15 years to figure out a computer.
At least you figured it out.
Well, I always had double
That's what I
monitors
always
and
say.
stuff, so that was always cool. I never had to worry about it. I'd just like take the mouse and move stuff over and plug and play, and it was cool. And then now I have a laptop like you have here, and I'm like, it stinks going back and forth.
It does.
And then, like 5 years ago, I randomly took one of the pages and dropped it off the, I don't even know what it's called, but you have your web browser up and you can have 5 or 6 tabs or whatever. I didn't know if you pulled that tab down, it creates its own new page.
Yeah.
And then it helps with now the Control Alt thing or Alt Tab or whatever the thing is.
I'm probably at some point we'll add a third monitor to our system over there for editing and things like that.
You guys are going to become gamers. You guys are going to be
No,
into
no, no,
esports
no.
next thing you know it. Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Well, from YBMcast, powered by Game 7 Baseball, Game7Baseball,
.com.
we appreciate you all tuning in. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button. It's right there. And if you haven't been here before, we appreciate you tuning in, because then once you hit the subscribe button, right next to that is a dinger. And that is what we have Mr. Mitchy the Kid here for.
Brings the fans to the stands.
He is our dinger. See? Brings the fans stands. You're here. Listen to him. We got some great stuff coming up. We appreciate it. As always, all you pitchers, keep throwing strikes. Hitters,
Hit them where they ain't.
it's good advice. We'll see y'all next time.